Let's switch our attention now to how biopharma manufacturers are adjusting internally to improve their delivery and use of real-world evidence. Um, I see a lot of information out there promoting an integrated evidence strategy within pharmaceutical companies. And interestingly, while there's a lot of discussion about it, some evaluations by large consulting companies indicate that it really still is just in the discussion standpoint, discussion phase, rather than truly being integrated. But my question to you is, as there is more intent to integrate evidence across the full drug development continuum, are you seeing more alignment with your client organizations in terms of their real-world development strategies from the C-suite on down to how they're organizing their departments to collect, deliver, and use these data?
It's a bit of a loaded question. So to me, integrated evidence is about using different data sources in a fit for purpose way. And some of those are aggregated data sources. Some of those are newly collected information. In some cases, syndicated clinical data or clinical plus claims data might suffice. In other cases, those data need to be linked with additional data sets such as clinical trials, device data, death data, social determinants data to answer the question. And then when real world data for a particular purpose doesn't exist, it needs to be generated, generally by capturing data from source systems like EMRs and providers or patients directly. And that has more cost, but more specificity. And we can talk about that being more likely to be regulatory submissible. As to where different life sciences companies are on the maturation curve for using real world data across the product life cycle and across departments. If you've seen one pharma company, you've seen one pharma company. Like they are all very different in how well they've integrated, how strategic they are across therapeutic areas, and how strategic they are across different divisions of their companies. So, one recent CEO of a major pharma company told me that he's got real world data being captured, purchased by their clinical development organization, and real world data being collected, captured, purchased, utilized by what they call the real world evidence part of the organization. And the two are different camps that do not commingle. And other groups, they have a very unified strategy and prioritization and plan. So I think it's very, very different. And as you say, consulting companies like McKinsey put out a report that really explained in detail the economic value of a strategic approach to real world data across the enterprise. And many have read that, but I think they're in different stages of implementation.